Good morning to all traders and welcome on this Tuesday, the 11th of August. So what we have witnessed overnight is that the US indices are in the news once again. We have seen a rise on the Dow and a further rise on the S&P 500, which is looking to cement its record gains once again. The gains followed President Trump's announcement over the weekend that moves to aid the US economy, signing several executive orders aiming at extending the coronavirus relief after talks with Capitol Hill for a bigger rescue package faltered. Hopes remain that the White House and Congress will eventually reach a compromise on this. One order would be to extend the enhanced employment benefits at a reduced rate of $400, which was $600 originally before the expiry date a couple of weeks ago. This also comes as new reports show a number of confirmed coronavirus cases reaches 20 million. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how the big industrial and technology firms react to this news as well. So we're looking at the S&P today and the Dow Jones. I'll take you through the S&P at the firstly. So look on the daily chart at the moment, and as we can see, we're going for these record gains again just before the pandemic hit. We're seeing that it reached quite significant highs, and it's going that way again. However, as we've seen in the past, even at the beginning of June, we saw that a bit of a recovery signaled a bit of a fall in the indices. So what we can see now with the help of the Ichimoku cloud is that it's trading very far out of the cloud and above the Tenkan and the Kijun line, which indicates a further push upwards. However, whether we'll see some resistance at the all-time highs will remain to be seen. It's looking like probably by the end of the week we will see this turn into a reality. On the other hand, if it does start to dip, we've seen on the momentum indicator that there is a bit of a divergence, so we could have a possibility that it could dip slightly. But with the news coming out of America that's very positive, we could see that it's going to keep pushing higher and higher. So on the hourly chart, if we take from the low of the end of June, we put a Fibonacci in place there, we can see again it's trading above the cloud and both the Tenkan and Kijun lines. We can see that since it's broken out of the cloud, which was at the end of July, it's not looked back in terms of rising higher and higher. If this cloud can keep a hold of the area that the prices are in, there is a possible chance, due to the momentum indicator as well, that we could see prices falling just slightly back into the cloud. If it does dip here, then we can expect maybe a bit of a sideways pattern into the cloud in the next couple of days. However, I'll be looking very closely to see if it does break the all-time highs given on the daily chart. I'll just go back to that now. So if it does break the all-time highs going forward, then, which isn't far away, we could see further progression on the S&P as well. So I'll be looking out very closely for that in the next couple of days to see where a good entry point will be. If we go on to the Dow, again a similar sort of scenario on the Dow. If we take a Fibo into when the last lowest price was, so obviously on the Dow we see this V-shape forming from when the pandemic started, then there's a recovery. As we see similar pattern on the from the S&P, there is a bit of an attempted break on the upside. Again, it was pulled back down, but it wasn't pulled into the cloud, which is quite significant. It was a dip and then it's recovered quite nicely, and again staying out of the cloud. I'll just zoom in a little bit, staying out of the cloud above the Tenkan and Kijun lines. So again, this signals a good progression. We've broken this other resistance line as well, so as we go upwards now, again we're seeing this cloud of what it was a few months ago. So I fully expect another surge towards the all-time highs. Again, the next couple of days will prove significant with the news coming out of America. It doesn't look like the cloud or either lines are going to stop it from increasing upwards. So this is what I'll be looking at the moment. And then with the momentum line, this indicates confirmation. So let's go into the hourly just to see what the intraday looks like. Again, we're looking at a big surge in the Dow. It hasn't actually been hovering in the clouds since the beginning of the month. There's a sharp rise upwards as we go, as you can see here. And if we put a Fibber in from the beginning of the month, again we can see that it's very, very positive. The only thing that I would probably look at is if it does meet some kind of resistance like we've seen on the daily chart, we could expect a small pullback into the cloud, but then I would expect, if it does touch the cloud, to keep going past this level at 27,883. So this is all for today. These are the levels that I'll be looking out for the next couple of days, just to see what data comes out of the United States. And until then, have a great trading day ahead. Any comments, please feel free to leave them, and we'll speak again tomorrow. Thank you very much.